Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome to Wartales. Now, this is not a brand new release. It came out last December. I have no idea how this flew under my radar because I literally spend probably an hour a day scanning looking for new releases and somehow completely missed this game until it just put out a new update. Its fourth major update, I believe, was on sale subsequently. That combination somehow finally got it on my radar, and I picked it up for myself and have enjoyed it so much that I decided I need to introduce you to this. This game is from Shiro Games, and this is also adding to the surprise of why I wouldn't have seen or heard of this, because these are the makers of Northgard and Dune Spice Wars. Maybe the hype around Dune Spice Wars had something to do with it, but it just doesn't feel right. Regardless, I really enjoy this experience, this game. You may find that you like it too. Now, being that the game's been out for 8 months in early access already, I doubt that I'm going to suddenly generate a ton of buzz for a game that's already been out. There's not going to be as many people searching for it. There's going to be some people stumbling across it the way that I did, but in general, I think my regular audience is the most likely to be seeing these videos. Therefore, the expectation is this is going to essentially just be a mini series, maybe a half dozen episodes. If there's going to be more than a half dozen episodes, that's going to be entirely down to you, the viewers, promoting this, pushing this to get the algorithm to pick it up and get it out there. So like, comment, subscribe. The subscribe part is just a bonus for me if you're not already. And like I said, I expect at least early on this to be my audience to begin with. But those likes and comments really, really help with the algorithm. And being that this has been out for 8 months, it's going to take that. First 3 episodes is where that's really important, and if we do get through those first few episodes and into episodes 4, 5, 6, and this is doing well, let me know that you want to see more of this so that I can keep it going beyond just a short mini-series and introduction to the game, so that others, like myself who haven't seen it, can enjoy this title. Let's go ahead and get to Wartales. I really like how in setting up your initial campaign, you actually get a handful of choices that do have an impact on things. In this case, we're going to go with apprentice friends looking for an adventure. We start with lower experience, but we have some extra influence and a good spread of 4 different characters. Also, we have a little bit about our destiny. In this case, I prefer leveling up faster, so combat experience gained increased by 10%. I like how you are forced into choosing of law. For us, the eternal dissatisfaction is what we're going to go with, as in we are starting with lower happiness. And so we begin with 4 characters plus a pony who will help carry our supplies. We have a ranger, a swordsman, an archer, and a brute. That brute does not do much damage until we can upgrade this weapon, but all of this, not only are they upgradable and develop as they get experience, but their equipment. I really like how this RPG is set up. It's a lot of fun. At the beginning, your companions are off in search of adventure. After a few days of quietly traveling along, their only feat was not getting lost, and they've reached their destination. Here surely awaits some novel and exciting quest that will stir up the uneventful lives of bored apprentices. Adventure awaits at the end of the road for those who make it there alive. That is. I love how we have an open world sandbox style for this, and we already have our first opponents kind of waiting for us in the wings, and we're going to take them on. We have 2 level 1 bandits. This is a game that has permadeath for your characters, and that does make things rather challenging. I discovered in my early gameplay that losing one of your companions quite early on can have a pretty nasty effect into your overall. It does make it a little trickier compared to a lot of games that are out there. Now, as for playstyle, it's turn-based, but you do have some tactical choices here. Each round, you choose what order your characters go in. So I'm going to have 2 of my characters go before the one here with the exclamation point. So if we could take him out at the beginning, that would be awesome. But more realistically, what we can do is we're going to get 4 turns in before this character goes. So if we start by removing him from the equation, he'll never even get a turn, and he'll have only had 1 probably by the time we get around to taking him out the next time. Flanking bonuses, surrounding bonuses are absolutely a factor, so we're going to go ahead and start by getting in position here to set up a flanking maneuver. And you can see by getting in behind him, we're going to get a bonus to our attack. And that already brings him down to a 10. That's unfortunate. We can't reach that first character with this guy blocking us, so we'll have to just step in and take the fact that we can flank this guy and get the bonus on the attack there. Now, archers are something you would like to get in close, as it improves their accuracy. One thing I do like is you'll see here in a second, we have a 100% chance, you can see it right under their hit points, that we are absolutely going to hit the target. So he will get his first chance. But because it is a ranged player locked into combat with somebody, they have to use their fist. They're not able to use their ranged weapon from there. You can see how we're close. Oh, big damage. Alright, here's one of the fun things about this game is you have Valor points. Valor points are bonus attacks, special attacks, and we've unlocked one of those, which is Wrath, by getting him below 50%. It's going to do 6 damage. He only has 5 health left, so we can prevent him from getting his next turn. Again, tricky things. This is definitely a challenging game. One of the tricky things is not only is permadeath a thing, but the damage that you've had in the previous battle carries over. Resting will recover some health, but you have to repair your armor. You have to repair, you have to recover health. You have to use health potions, and anything short, you can see here's that repair too. So we have 6 of 10 remaining, and here we have 3 of 5. So neither one has been expended. So I'm going to go ahead and actually save the materials, because you're going to go through these raw materials pretty quick. Loot-wise, 8 crowns and a damaged dagger. The dagger could be useful for one of them, potentially, and it, at the very least, has trade value. You got to watch out in the world, as there are plenty of resources here and there for the taking, and that adds to your inventory. Could then be used for either trade or crafting. And you can see how we progress: trade and wealth, power and might, crime and chaos, and mysteries and wisdom. So there's a lot going on here with this game, and I really like how they set it up. But I love the open world. Feels a bit like Mountain Blade on that part, but there's a lot more going on. Hop over and visit these plateau stables, and a lot of your quests come from these visitations. See that there are things that we would have to go and steal, which is going to run you into some issues. So they have horseshoes for trade. Movement speed in the world is increased by 3%, but it costs 50 gold. We only have 100 right now, so we're not gonna spend the crowns on that at this stage. And here is our first visit of town, Shramkat. So there is a forge, you have the town hall, 3 Hours Market, the apothecary, and the Traveler's Feast Inn. Now, quests can be picked up from here. Also, additional companions to add to the group. It requires influence, it requires money. The apothecary, go create potions or buy potions. Forge, same sort of thing. Buy the weapons and armor, or you can craft from there if you have somebody trained up. Market, purchase food. Right now we have 2 days worth in terms of supply. Food can go really fast in this game if you're not careful. Same with crowns. So early on, I think those are the most important things to kind of build up. Let's go ahead and go to the Feast Inn and see what kind of quests we can get, the emissary. So we can have 3 contracts at any given time. The Ogre's Troop, seen as an easy one and has a healthy reward for it, so we'll go ahead and accept that one. Also, it gives you a general direction southeast of where it is. It's going to show up on the mini-map, which is really handy. Medic Gang. Okay, take that one, it's easy. Any other easies right now? No, we've got a couple average ones. Exterminate a rat infestation. You know what, let's just accept 2 right now. We don't want to take any hard ones. We're literally just starting. The informant, I guess we'll talk to him, but they're not going to do anything useful for us early on. And you can see they have information, and it costs influence to get this. So the first quest, and really good way to make some money, is to vanquish the Medic Gang, which are close by here. You have those hidden things in the woods. Found some food there. Looks like we got some bread. Nice little fishing hole. Fishing's an important thing to add. Let's see, world map. Okay, a little further south. We will get into fishing soon enough because, again, you need to feed your group. Okay, is that our quest gang? I think it is. Yes, it is. Looks like there's a second group nearby, so we'll have to be careful. We don't necessarily want to be facing off with these guys just yet. Those 2 turn around, they're going to see us. Ooh, that was close. There you go. Alright, we get the ambush, and it's only a single one. Okay. Minik, the tyrant. They are alone. That should make for an easy fight. Or not alone. I have one with them. When you're the aggressor, you get to choose your starting location, and you can see where your potential locations are based off of. I don't need to be hanging so far back. I want to get in there aggressively. I think we'll focus on the hoodlum first. Opportunity to attack first, so maybe we should actually bypass them and go right after. First one's going to get their attack in. Oh, we're okay. Okay, good. We will get in a position to surround. Big bonus to the attack. Which now sets us up for taking this one out. They've already had 1 turn, so it's going to be pretty easy from here to now get after the other. Now, before I can attack with anybody else, I do have to use up all 4 of them to the end of the round. So you can't just go back to somebody else who's already attacked. And now we're in a new round. And for this round, we're looking at all 4 of us going before they get their attack in, which is going to make this quite easy. We do want to set up a situation where we are surrounding. So that's kind of his first attack, but then the second character is already there, so the next one's going to come in and they'll officially be surrounded by that point. They weren't engaged, but now they're engaged. There you go, surrounded and down. Nice and easy. That's one quest complete. We're going to pick up 95 gold, but we're going to have to get back to collect on that. But in the meantime, we pick up some fish oil, a lockpick, some experience, and Aegeus is ready to level up to level 2. Constitution, double bonus on that one. I think we'll go. I almost always go for the highest one, even if it's not necessarily their strength. We also get a specialization, Valorous Audacity. Next to a unit but not engaged, you get +1. Valorous Victory. Every time you kill an enemy, you're gaining a bonus. I kind of like that one because then you have a clear target in mind. And the other one is every time you end turn next to an ally and is not engaged. So being next to an ally versus being next to the enemy versus making a kill. Making a kill, more interesting to me. So I do think we got to the point. No, they still have 3. Yeah, they're at 1. We're going to want to repair that, but I don't need to do so right now. Loot. Continue. We are going to need to rest here fairly soon. This is your fatigue. So as this runs out, that's where you're requiring rest. There's more down here, but I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to just travel back here into the woods away from that group and kind of head back to collect our 95. I'd like to be So we're going to make camp here for the first time. We have a workshop. I need to assign somebody to that workshop. We have an archer. We have a swordsman. Swordsman seems like a perfect match for a workshop. And this is the recipes we have now. Later on, we're going to get additional recipes, but you have the ability to make torches. We don't have the grease for it, though. We have 1 iron ore, enough to make a single lockpick. We could make a single fish hook. Fishing important, so we will definitely be making some of those. And then camping gear. This camping gear is incredibly useful to make your band a bit more effective. So we need to collect leather, cloth, iron ore, and rope to make a tent, which is going to give you extra valor points through rest. A cooking pot for wood, 8 iron ore for cooking, and especially reduces food consumption. Very much like that one as food. Like I said, food and the finances are very expensive in this game. And then iron ore and wood for a camp chest, which allows you to store things a bit more. And then honor items. I like how we went through 2 battles before then deciding to now repair. So this is something that I learned with my first playthrough, that if you just constantly repair, you quickly run out of the raw materials, and then you can't repair things as you go along, and the game gets a lot more difficult once that happens. So as we're down to just a single hit point left on there, now's a good time to go ahead and repair. One more also. They still have only taken 2 damage, so we're not going to go ahead and put them through the repair process. Now that we're here in camp, we have somebody with we've picked up a damaged dagger with poisoning skill added to it and dexterity +3. They have a dexterity +2 with stab skill. So with the stab skill, you're looking at 6 to 8 damage and 30% chance. With this one, we're looking at 6 to 8, but also applies poison. Poison is going to be an added bonus, so it does the same amount of damage and adds poison. So it's not a big upgrade, but it's a little upgrade for us here early on. Now here's where this game, like I said, is really difficult. Besides keeping up on the finances, at least early on, keeping up on the food early on is really difficult. And as you add more companions, it gets more expensive, more mouths to feed. So we need 18 food to keep everybody fed. This time we don't have to pay wages, but as time goes on, kind of depends on the number of days, I think, a weekly sort of thing. You have to pay the group, depending on what their level is, their salary goes up. No danger level here, that's good. But because we are not feeding anybody at the time being, we would lose 12 on our mood. And our happiness is only a 5. So really we need to be making that raise up a bit. So we're going to add some food. 4 food for each bread. That's certainly useful. We have mushrooms worth 2. We'll add that in. We also have apples. You can see how, that's half of our bread and the mushroom that we picked up just to feed everybody this time. That allows us to recover the fatigue. We gain 2 valor. We also gain 2 happiness. That negative effect we took is always going to be a minus. Okay, well that's good to know. Not a big deal though. Assigning 1 guy to the workshop allows us to get 2 new. So we actually have 1 more raw material than what we had when we came into camp, as we used 1 and acquired 2 more. I think we're ready to head back out. Now if they're green, they're friendly, so we're okay. Alright, so we picked up that 95, increasing the crowns that we had. We've also increased the influence a little bit. We do now have another easy quest, so we'll go ahead and accept that one. That's to the east. And let's see what happens. Kenwit, a level 1 brute. Regulus, that's better. Ranger with 6 to 7 damage. Otrol isn't even, that's a civilian. We do have that rusty shiv. Let's go ahead and talk to Regulus. You do the most damage. Cost us 30 influence, we have 58 right now, and just 60 gold. Essentially 2/3 of the money we just made for that first quest. I think that is a perfect trade-off because we need numbers. 4 just doesn't cut it. and he'll at least do a little bit of damage. So we've added a 5th member to the group now. And we head out once again. That's another fishing spot. That looks like some weak bandits. Good chance to gain some experience. Okay, they're actually looking for some refugees. We're gonna get 5 leather. Leather is very handy. We need that for our camp, so let's go ahead and take these guys on. Yeah, Athlon, a foot soldier. This should be a fairly easy fight for us. Fairly easy. We've got them outnumbered, and they're just level 1s. We have a phalanx soldier. They're gonna just do 4 to 5 damage, 3 to 6 with that heavy strike, and 3 to 6 with your heavy strike. So these two are the tougher ones. We would want to start with them, but this one's the easier kill. So it's kind of tricky on how you would want to do that. We're going to try to see if we can't get this one surrounded. I don't know if they're the second or third. Oh, they have the third one in line. So we're definitely going to get them taken out before they ever have their turn, which then basically turns it into a 5-on-2. Oh, come on. You're that bad you can't get in here? Okay, I guess we're going to have to engage this one. Otherwise, it's total waste of a turn. The initial plan, all this mud has destroyed what our initial plan was. We still have that numerical advantage at the very least, but not how I plan to have things go here early on, as we have 3 characters attacking 3 separate characters. We're going to try to get the other 2 involved as quickly as possible to gang up on one of them, and then have the other 2 kind of eliminate them in force. Alright, we're going to have to just kind of head in straight towards the back of these 2. And I do like how all of them are engaged directly, right? They should have a fairly neutral fight until we get help in there. And help is here. Let's go ahead and bring out this weakest one. And here's that poison in action for the first time. I think if we go here now, in terms of movement, technically you're going to get the bonus on both of them with somebody flanking. Looked like a lot of damage, but we only had 5. So she did 6 damage, we're doing 4, so we're definitely going to need some help on that main character of the group. 21% chance of hitting our own character. We're not going to take that risk to help finish that one off. We're going to work our way on this one for sure. There's that extra poison damage that I'm a fan of, for sure. Okay, now, is it possible to get this one out of here sooner rather than later? Oh, that's still not going to finish him off. Huh? Down to 1 health. 100% chance. There you go. That'll finish that one off, and that starts to change things, right? Because especially now, she's surrounded. That's 3 characters on either side. These 2 fairly evenly matched. We'll have help soon enough. This is going to do some good damage. She had a lot of armor, and we've slowly negated that. Into the new round, we get 1 character attack in. And the other one, demoralized, wants to flee. Gosh, I think we can bring them down before they're at the end of the round. So no, we're not going to let them run away. We need to get this character fully surrounded, so let's, even though we're going to lose the bow, or no, 6 to 11 damage. Come on, let's just finish him off. There you go, finish him off. Alright, we'll get the full loot as a result that way. 2 cloth, some playing cards, worth 5 gold. 5 leather, very helpful. But the fight was tough. Fight was absolutely tough. We are not in great shape after that one. We are going to have to camp before much of anything else happens. And take care of some repairs. Let's do the Constitution. Destabilizing strike. Laceration deals 5 damage to all the units. The location's up that way. This is the harder one, I think. So we're going to go this direction first. And I think we're going to camp sooner rather than later. I don't want to wait too long here. Don't want to get into another encounter. Travel a little bit where it seems safe. Still has not taken any additional damage. For you, it's only 5. You are injured. Damage taken is doubled. Just a bruise? Wow. Well, that's that's not nice. Is that bruise going to go away on its own? Let's wait until we sleep and see what happens. But let's go ahead and do the repair. Still has the bruise. I certainly don't want him taking double damage at this point, even though that medicine sucks to have to use that up, but that is way too dangerous to leave. There is a group here. They look like they would be fairly easy to deal with. I'm not sure that... I don't think it's our quest group, though. I'm kind of tempted not to get involved. But here they come. They're running at us, so... Fight's on. Level 2, just a couple of them. But I only have, what, 1 character to level 2 so far? So they could give us a bit of a challenge. Oh, there's 3 of them. So 5 to 3. Getting in on the archer first would take away their ability to attack, so that's probably a smart move. Let's get in there. Put them under pressure. Well, it's not a smart move. I think I got myself surrounded on that. We are going to ignore this character, though, who's already gone. So we're going to focus on taking out the other 2 first. Alright, we've got the archer, almost taken out. Let's finish him off, huh? There we go, he's down. Regulus, who just joined us, is already in big time danger of going down, so we need to get over here to support Regulus. Okay, so, that didn't work how I wanted it to. We'll just move over here then. I was going to help with the surrounding part. Just down to a single character, and we're going to get 5 turns before they get to go. We'll finish them off soon enough. Close call on that one, but we do escape. We're going to want to do the healing as Regulus is in pretty sad shape. I think it's also time that we go ahead and commit to the repair all, as we're going to have another fight on our hands here fairly soon. For this upgrade, Constitution +2, definitely take that. Health is a very good thing, and like I said before, I like the bonus for killing an enemy. Seems like a good way. There's good ways to get more points potentially out of the others, but this one's the easiest to remember. It helps stack once you start knocking off some enemies. Alright folks, that is all the time that I have for this first episode. Like I said at the beginning, if you like this, if you think this is the kind of game that you would be into, then please leave that like, leave that comment to help out, because otherwise this is just going to be a mini series just to show off the game a little bit for my existing audience. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.